Hey, I'm Randy. I'm a cheap audio man. Here at the Cheap Audio Man, we don't feel like audio equipment should cost as much as digging a well for a village so that they can have fresh water. So today we're talking about the Klipsch, I'm just saying it, Klipsch RB 61 Mark II. It's been out for like 11 years, but guess what? You can still buy it new, and it's a heck of a deal. So grab a cup of coffee, sit down, and let's talk about the Klipsch RB 61 II. New sponsor, Prince Albert crimp cut long burning pipe tobacco and cigarette tobacco. We've been causing cancer since the beginning. Prince Albert, owned by the RJ Reynolds Company. Still comes in a metal can after all these years. So, what are these big behemoths? These are some big old Klipsch speakers. Precursor to the RP 160M, which was the precursor to the RP 600M, which is a very well regarded speaker, as is the RP 160M. They're big. I'm going to show you how big they are compared to the RP 600M. I'm going to try to not throw my back out again. Just about the same height, a little bit wider, about the same depth. Don't hold your breath when you're lifting. I held my breath. Not as young as I used to be anymore. Back in the day, I'd be able to pick up a 3-month-old calf and throw it over my shoulder. All right, front ported. 1-inch titanium. 1-inch titanium dome tweeter mounted in a horn. 6.5-inch cerametallic, beautiful copper woofer, copper or bronze, goldish color. They're rated at 40. You know what? Those are the only ones I could find. Actually, like the 1.0 readers are like the best for me. Those are like 1.5, and it's just too much. So I'm just gonna make it work. 45 hertz up to 24K. 95 dB, easy to drive, 8 ohms. Okay, let's talk about soundstage. I had these placed 6 inches from the wall, from the back of the speaker, because you can't place them 6 inches from the wall if you're measuring from the front. Anyway, 6 inches from the wall, slightly toed in. Also tested them basically against the wall, pointing straight out. Since they're front ported, you can do that. I found about just a little bit of breathing room from the wall, slightly toed in. They sound staged and imaged the best. Beat It by Michael Jackson. Very good song. The beginning is dung, 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 dung. Super wide. Quite good. Every Day is the Same by 9 Inch Nails. It feels at the beginning of the song, there's a crescendo, and I don't know what they did, but it sounds like they recorded something and then they ran it in reverse, because it just sounds like all the matter in the room is being sucked out. And it's quite good on some speakers. This speaker was quite good at that. More Human Than Human imaging. At the beginning of the song, little electronic noises going back and forth. I could pick them out right in the middle of the speaker where they were. Very good. Something in the Way. Nirvana off the MTV Unplugged. At the beginning of the speaker, over to the left, there's a cough coming from the audience. This one did it right inside the left speaker and way behind the speaker. very impressive. Drive in, drive out. The beginning guitar should be recorded step back and down and behind the speakers. Perfect. Yep, that's it. That's it. In a nutshell, they're very good. Here's the deal. This is like a Diamond, Wharfdale Diamond 11.2 deal. Okay? I'll get this out of the way at the beginning. This speaker was originally like $500 or more retail, MSRP. It's $250 right now. Okay? It's discontinued. So you can still get new stock now at 50% of the price that it was when it was new. Okay? I like this speaker, if not love this speaker. We'll get to it in the final thoughts, but I'm just telling you right now, if you're thinking about the RP600M or you're thinking about the RP160M, give these a look. $250. Let's talk about bass. Bass is, it's tight, it's present, it's quite good. Balanced with the rest of the mids and highs, which means it doesn't sound anemic. It doesn't sound overtly bassy or bloated or warm. It's just good. Intergalactic, Beastie Boys, that song goes way down. And when you're just running it through speakers without a sub, it should still give an idea of the enormity of how low that bass goes. I've heard better. But overall, the bass, Dumb by Nirvana, MTV Unplugged, a lot of thickness and weight to the bass in that song. Very good. Very good. Not overtly booming. Quick, tight, quite pleasant. Let's talk about mids, mid-range. Awesome. Shoot to Thrill. One of the hardest songs, in my opinion, for speakers to do right. The initial guitar comes in from the right speaker. It should be crunchy. It should have some weight to it as well. And although it should be stepped back, it should still be clear. And these did it as well as any speaker that I've heard. They're very good. Sad but true. The guitar should have weight and it should have metal. And it should be crisp, quick, and visceral. No. They did that really well. Really well. Ride the Lightning, Metallica. You ever eaten something and you just kind of have to sit... Ooh. That's good. Have you ever done that? Well, these speakers did that with Ride the Lightning. Yeah, they sure did. I've said True on here twice. Apparently it made that big of an impression. I have palpable. The mids are palpable. That guitar is just yummy. Alanis Morissette, Uninvited, MTV Unplugged. Brilliant. Very good. That song, there's some sibilance in that song. You can hear it a bit on this speaker, but like this speaker did it as well as most speakers. Better than most speakers. Yeah. And Hello by Adele. When she gets to the word free, she really holds that note for a long time. And just the little vibrato, you know, when she's just holding the note, but just, it was just really good. Let's talk about treble. Rim Hits on Higher Love by Steve Winwood sounded in the room. In the room. Just super accurate. You could see the stick hitting the rim of the snare. Oops. So What, Miles Davis, Kind of Blue record. Cymbals, great decay. Also, Sad But True. That whole record, the Black Album, if a speaker doesn't do treble well, and that record's recorded really bassy, well, not bassy, really punchy, and then really crisp on the top end. A speaker that is not great on the top end, it'll sound in your face and unpleasant. A speaker that has some finesse in the treble region and handles it really well, that will sound accurate, present and accurate, instead of just like cymbal crashes just sounding like white noise piped in at the right frequency. Quick there. You can kind of, okay, that's a cymbal. This, you're like, when Lars was, it was just something else. These are really, really good. And then at the beginning intro of Sad But True, it ends with a cymbal crash and then a little bit of silence, and man, that cymbal just... And that's a hard record to do if the speaker is on the brighter side. This speaker is not on the bright side at all. Oh, the snare hits too. It's one thing I haven't heard before, is it's never really jumped out at me how accurate the snare hits are on Sad But True, but this one, great. Great. Okay, so I think this is just a incredible Zen laughing. He's Buddha laughing because people are overpaying for speakers. This is, if the Wharfdale Diamond 11.2s were yin, this is the yang to that speaker. I think this speaker will be more desirable from the majority of people out there. And if you're just getting back into hi-fi, I would recommend this one over the Wharfdales. The Wharfdales is more, I wouldn't say an acquired taste, but it's more, okay, I've been listening to some speakers for a long time. This is a different flavor, and I can appreciate the differences. This is really good. I don't think anybody could listen to this speaker and just be like, oh my gosh, I hate it. I hate it. This is the worst speaker ever. I can't imagine that. I just can't. If you're looking at the RP600M and you're like, man, I can't afford that, but I've got $300 to spend, buy these. If you're looking at the RP160M and you don't have, I think it's $330 to spend, buy these. At $250, this, I can't say smokes. It kind of does. It's better than the sub $300 shootout. And I didn't include these because this is an older speaker, and I didn't even have them. I just kept liking this speaker more and more. For most people, this is going to be a just jaw-dropping experience. I think the RP600M is slightly more refined and a titch more revealing. And maybe the mids are just slightly better. But at $250, you're getting 90% or more of what the RP600M is. I haven't heard the RP160, so I can't comment on that. But everybody says the 600M is better than the 160 or 150. So, oh, this also plays great at louder volumes. Great. It's a big speaker. This is going to fill a room easily without breaking a sweat. All right. So I couldn't possibly recommend this more at $250. It's an absolute steal. And if you're looking at this or some ELACs or whatever, the ELACs is that this B6.2 on the ELAC is, it's great. it's more finicky than this speaker. Oh, also, interestingly enough, this speaker didn't like the Anthem integrated 225, which is a very powerful amp. And I think it was because this speaker is just so efficient that I don't know if I wasn't getting enough power into them. I don't know. Or it was so low. Anyway, they didn't like it. They didn't image well. They didn't soundstage well with the Anthem. Put them back on the Emotiva TA100. Drop dead awesome. Put them on the Sony, the 2-channel receiver that's like 100, 120-ish. Awesome. Awesome. This could anchor your system for a long time. And just because they're old, just like the Polk TSI 100, doesn't mean they're still not good. They're better because they're cheaper and you get 90% or more of the same sound. So I'm Randy, I'm the Cheap Audio Man. Don't take my word for it. Listen yourself. Listen to my test track playlist. Listen for the parts where I talk about it. Use your own songs. I'm just a guy with an opinion. You're the one that makes the decisions. You're the one that matters. If you want to listen to that playlist, though, you can sign up for Amazon Music Unlimited HD for free. Click on the link, scroll down to the bottom of the page, hit Try HD. If you do that, I get $1. Another thing I want to do, there's been a lot of folks signing up for that. Make your own playlists and then share them with me, and then I'll put them out. Doug's playlist. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, with that, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man. If you like this video, like it. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. I've got a Patreon. If you like what I'm doing and you want to contribute, contribute. And maybe watch some of my other videos. So with that, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man.